I don't know if I'm on yet. Takes a while normally. Let me just check. A bit late. I was just texting someone to say that I was going live because they said, always let me know. And I think I need to find me. I've got to go in as another me. Rocksteady, who I don't use very often. Oh, hang on. Is the volume down? Yes, it is. And, oh, hello. Claptrap, Oakstrong, and Deco, hi. And Emily, hiya. Well, hey. Great. Don't forget the thummies. So, I plan, schman. No planning involved. Just go on. See what's what. Just got to text someone else. I kind of should have done this before, I know, but you know, it's not always easy, is it? Trying to get all the equipment sorted and everything else. And don't forget the thumbs, guys. Don't forget the thummies. So that's that one gone. Oh, look, we've got more. Cat, hello, and Tracy. That's two of us, two Tracys. I did message the other Tracy because she said to message her if I went live. But, you know, very little, what's the word? Notice. No notice at all. Oh, look, I can see it up here as well. But I don't really want to keep looking over there because that's just seems rude. Seems rude. So how are you guys? Good, I hope. I just decided to do it as a spur of the moment. Hang on. Leaning on my hair. Find it very annoying. I wanted long hair all my life, you know, to have really, really mega long hair because I could never grow it. And now I've got it. I find it the most annoying thing stuck there on my head. But at the same time, it took a lot to get it here. So I don't really want to get rid of it yet. Anyway, so that's that. So good evening. What are you all up to apart from watching me, of course, and interacting and having a chat? So yeah, I don't know what. Oh yeah, here we go. Now I've got a visual. So yeah, that looks all right. It's kind of centered. I'm looking at my own phone. I'm behind my own chat. Go figure that. Well, never mind. So this is a bit of a new setup. I mean, I have done StreamYard before, and as you well know, but it was over there because well, I've got this ring light with one of those. Well, actually, yeah, it's a kind of one of them long arms that come off that you can bend any which way you want, and it's got one of those things on it to put your phone in. So that's what I've been using, and it's over there. So but now I've bought these, and I absolutely love it. So it's a bit flimsy, but they're £20. You know, the more you buy, the cheaper you get it, and it's just this little thing, and it's just perfect for going live. So you've got like little feet that pop out. People who watch me regularly or know that will have seen this before. And you can, once you've got a phone on it, you can turn it. This turns. You get a free little magnetic thing. So if your phone's not already magnetic, you put it on. But most of the new ones are. And then you can pull it out like this, and you can bend it. So going live is this way round. I was going to say that looked longer, but it isn't. Yeah, it's this way round. So then I could bend it and stuff. So yeah, but it's not the most sturdy. So what I've got is a huge magnet weight tied to the bottom, so it stops it from going way. And I had to do that one day when I was I did an open with me, and I managed to knock it into next week. So now this is my little recording bag, and I got it when we were in Madeira. We went shopping in the rain. Well, we should be used to it. It's been nothing but rain here for God knows how long now. Flowers, crochet creations. A cat. Hello there. That's a long name. Thank you very much. It's not quite my birthday till the 16th, but it's my birthday month, as you know. So, yeah, it's coming up. I'm 2 days after Valentine's Day. Tammy, I just saw you on my other screen over there. So, yeah, Tammy. Well, hello, Tammy. That's a lot easier to say than Flower Crochet Creations, a cat. Hey, Michelle. Good afternoon. Well, it's evening here now, really. Early evening. Don't forget the thummies, guys. You know. Yeah, so I've kind of got some new yarn today. Well excited. I did put it on my wall, so some of you might have already seen it. But I'm going to show you it anyway a bit later. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in, because otherwise I might show it again and again and again and again. And those of you who stick with me will be bored of seeing it. Oh, you wouldn't be bored of seeing it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. In fact, some of you can see a little bit of it already. Sorry. I mustn't look over there. Got the doctor's appointment on the 16th on my birthday. Oh, well, I'll be thinking of you. Not that I'm doing very much. My birthday is going to be a non-existent day, really. Gary's working, but he's going to cook me a nice meal on Valentine's Day. So it's a kind of combined birthday Valentine's. So on the 16th, I think, maybe the 14th, I don't know, we're going to pop out to the shops. So maybe on the Sunday, because I have no idea what I want at all. So we're just going to go and do this, go around the shops and have a look and see what there is, because, you know, just can't figure it out. You know, some would say it's because I've got everything, you know, but when you get to the ripe old age of 36, like I am, all right, I'm lying. Yeah, you do amass quite a bit of stuff, and also, you know, now I've got a yarn shop. You can't really buy me yarn. Well, you can if you know what yarn I want, but yeah, I got, you know, hobbyrocks.co.uk, and out there's always yarn and lots of it, and yarn I get for that. I used to buy some for me and some for the shop, but now I kind of get guilty and put it back. I didn't get guilty with the ice yarn that you see behind me. That was the only one. Although I say that, my stash was bigger than this. What you see is not necessarily solid all the way back. It's just at the front now, because I did feel guilty and I just kept putting in my shop for people. So yeah. Thank you. Learning disability health check. Oh, bless your heart. Well, I'm going to have to go to the doctors, because I have what's called, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, actinic keratosis, and I have it on my nose. And so the first time I ever went to the doctors about it, they gave me it's a chemotherapy cream, and it's meant to make it go really horrible. And when it goes really horrible, you stop using the cream and it gets better, and it sheds the muckiness and it ends up into a scab. It sounds disgusting. It is disgusting, but it sheds that, and then what's left is new healthy skin, and it's gone. Well, I kept using it and using it and using it, and it never reacted. Went red, but that's all it did, and I didn't get the reaction. So I did stop using it once it went red, but obviously it's come back. So I went to the doctor, and she gave me diclofenac, which is a very, very strong hyaluronic acid. And you can't really use it all over because it's not that thing, you know. But I've been using it on my nose, and it's been getting sore. So I did Google, is it normal to get sore with diclofenac? And it said, yes, you can get scaly, which it is, like little scaly patches here and there. And like you can, you know, when you've got like a little spot or something, and I can feel that, and it's sore, but it's not so much sore now. But I can't remember how often I've got to use the cream. It's actually a gel ointment, it looks like clear gel. And the actual dosage thing was on the box, which is long gone. They didn't put it on the tube. So where I stopped taking it for quite some time, and now I want to start it up again. I don't remember how frequently I've got to do it. So I have to get in touch with the doctor and see him. But I've been going about my eye for quite some time, off and on, but I need to get that sorted. So yeah, hope you're all doing well. And don't forget the thummies, little thumbs. So yeah, got some new yarn. I was going to wait until we had a few extras in. I don't know if I can see now how many people are in. Oh, I can like my own chat. Whee! No, I can't see it. Oh, yes, I can. Oh, I've got an extra like. Hi, Mariana. Welcome in. Don't forget the thummy. Good to see you. I don't normally do lives this sort of time. There was a time when I first started YouTubing, I used to do all my live streams quite late, and it would be probably 9 at the earliest, 8:30, that sort of time. And I used to do that quite often. I mean, I was always live streaming. But then there weren't so many of us doing it then. There was just myself and a girl called Penny, and then Granny Deese was one of them. So there was a few of us, and then gradually more and more started. Then everybody had the slots. I never had a slot. I used to just go on when I felt like it. And it got harder and harder to pick a time when someone else wasn't actually on. So then my partner, Gary, changed his hours. And it meant that for me, it was harder to get on in the evening because he was now home with me in the evenings. But when I first started, I wasn't even living with Gary. But I carried it on because I used to work evenings. I used to get home about 3 a.m, and I didn't really want to go to bed until he got in. So yeah, that was my sort of time for doing it. But then he changed, and he was an early starter. So I'd want to spend my evenings with Gary, and so I kind of stopped and started doing afternoony ones. There wasn't anybody else doing afternoons at that particular time. Just on Fridays you would get Krista from the Secret Yarnery, but that was it. But now there's loads of people during the day, and it's always the way, isn't it? So yeah, occasionally some afternoons I'll jump on and I'll do it. But I looked and I thought, really, was the last one I did between Christmas and New Year? I thought it wasn't that long ago, but I'm sure, because I called it in between this, and I'm sure that when I looked, that was my last one, unless I missed one, of course. So yeah, I saw 15. Oh, I've only got top messages. I don't know if I can change it on my phone. Should be able to. I need all of them. Not letting me do it. Why is that? Should be able to do all messages. If I miss anybody's messages, I'm really sorry. It's the phone. Anyway, so I've been really busy today and yesterday and the day before. I have filmed so many tutorials and stuff, and you might have seen the bag with the heart on that I did. I left it in the other room, but I could go and get it. If you haven't seen it, let me know. But I did that, and that took a couple of days, but I've been doing quite a few others as well. But I need a new big project. I've got one going here, which is just behind me. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. So that's not a big one though. I've got another day out of it to make, and I kind of will do that as a whip along, and then once it's finished, I'll get that done, and that'll be another larger tutorial. Nothing like the bag though, but there's a few other things I want to do. I'm really kind of pushing out all the boats. You've not seen it? Right, wait there then. Field trip, I'll be back. It's literally just in here. I'm coming back. And the field trip, here it is. Oh, so here, I don't know if I can get it all in. Hopefully I can. So here it is. This is my bag. It's cotton, and obviously it's a bit. If you see the Prada bags, where they make these bags, and then they had like a triangle on with Prada written on it. So it's a Prada inspired heart bag. So I did mine as a heart instead because of Valentine's Day. So I've got 2 tutorials out for this one. One is a right-handed one and one is left-handed. Saw my voice crack then like a teenage boy. So yeah, I've got the right-handed one come up first and then the left. So I made it with just Signet normal cotton. It's lovely and soft actually, but I doubled it up to make it a tad sturdier. But it's so it'll keep its shape. So it's got sides and obviously it's got straps, but yeah, and the bottom. But it's actually got a clipboard in it at the minute with white paper, just so that you can see through it quite easy. But yeah, so that is on my channel right now. Also, if you haven't seen it, I do this thing called a year of granny squares. So every week I do another square, and up to number 43 I've filmed, but I don't think 43 is up. That's next week, I think. So the one this week was really pretty little flower, but I've done Captain America ones. I've done all sorts of squares. There's always one every week, and so yeah, that's on the tail end of that now. So I put up a little poll yesterday. Was it yesterday? I haven't seen it yet to see if anyone's put anything on it, but it was asking, as that is coming to an end, what should I do next? Another year of granny squares, or motifs and shapes, or hexagons? So yeah, I want to do something, because before, when I first started YouTube, I used to do quite a lot of tutorials, but not as frequently as I do them now, but I did a lot. And then for the longest time, I just went totally off the boil. I kind of lost my crochet, but lost my way a little bit. And so doing those year of granny squares, it makes me do something every single week, but not just that. It makes me do other things as well, which I really, really like. And it keeps my interest, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I really like doing it. So hopefully the ones I messaged can come in, but I didn't give anyone any warning. 3D granny squares. Oh, hang on. 3D granny squares. See, the ones I've done so far, I've not got anything sewn on them. You know, that's the thing. They're all, even the Captain America one, it was just done. I haven't done anything where you've got to sew it on. And I don't know. I can't do a year of those, I don't think. A year of great 3D ones. Right, maybe that could be part of the squares and shapes, or part of the squares. So I could do, if I do another year of granny squares, I could put some of those in, or it could be shapes and motifs. So yeah, once I see what people fancy, then I'll be able to maybe, you know, do it. So my partner Gary is in the bath. So if you start here splishing and splashing and all sorts of plug hole noises, this is quite a small bungalow. And although I've shut the door and he's across the hallway in another room, I just heard him. Maybe he's having a shave, I don't know, but he's doing something. So just in case you do hear household noises, you know, that's what he's doing anyway. As long as he that's all he does, it's fine. Yeah, do you want to see this yarn then? So I have in my shop ice yarn. This is rainbow and this is rainbow colours, definitely having a shave. So this one is another one. It's another rainbow. And this bag is falling apart. Let me just get, this is rainbow colours. Okay, this one. So you can see the difference between, I don't know why the paper is falling apart. This one is still a rainbow, but it's brighter. This one's got a lot more of the blues in, I think, whereas this one's got more of the mauves and pinks in it. So it's not rainbow colours. This is rainbow colours. It's different. So heaven above knows what we can call this one. Any ideas, guys? because, you know, they are a bit of a challenge with all these different rainbows. I honestly don't know why they have so many different rainbows, but you know they do. So I haven't uploaded these to my shop yet. So this is here rainbow. I've got a rainbow colours open. I'm sure I have. Must be at the back. There it is. Because this is my stash, although it's diminishing because I keep feeling sorry for people who want it and putting it in my shop. So this is the original rainbow colours. Scrunchy, scrunchy paper or cellophane. So that is the normal rainbow colours, and that is the new rainbow. So yeah, a little different. It looks like a quicker colour change in this one than that one. And then of course there's rainbow. But that's not all I got. I got a lot of this to put in and keep some for me. But I got a lot of this. And this one was really, I got it for me, but maybe a little extra to put in the shop because I didn't know if it would be popular. Because I do have the blue and I do have the lilac. They're nowhere near as popular. I have sold some, but they are nowhere near as popular as the others. But this one is mauves. See all the mauves and purples? That's very different to the others. It's very shiny, as you can see, but it's got a lot of purples in it. I don't think it's going to come out just as it looks because I've got lights on, but this is the purples. So these are the two new ones that I have for my shop, but aren't they gorgeous? Especially this one. Very beautiful. So that's my new yarn. But for you guys who are not usually here or don't see my channel, I have new yarn. I haven't got it here because I've already shown it. Why has my chat gone off? Maybe I squished. Where's it gone? Can you all still see me? Because my chat seems to have disappeared. Where I lent something on my computer screen, I've disappeared. But I seem to be all right, although I'm behind. We'll see. Hola, Joe. Woo, woo. Hello, darling. How are you? Good, I hope. So, yeah, it is lovely, isn't it? Did you see my yarn? Did you? It is purdy. So, Picasso, rainbow colours. Picasso rainbow. New rainbow. New rainbow. And it's beautiful. It's actually a lot different. And I'm going to have to swatch it or make something with it because I think it's got a much quicker colour change than the other one. And that's, of course, rainbow. And now I've got mauves and purples. That's just beautiful. So I'm going to upload them to my shop. But obviously I haven't got a lot of the mauves and purples. Here we go. Mariana, a member for 11 months. Woo woo! That's cool. Thank you very much for being a member. And yeah, so but I did have King Cole Firefly, and I got every colour. There was 8 different colours, and I've already done the show and tell. I've got a couple of balls in there of my own. I've got the blue and the rainbow, but it is very similar. It's very similar to Universe. But the different, the Ice Yarn Universe. But the only difference, well, not the only difference, but the major difference is it's acrylic and polyester. So there's no wool in it whatsoever. And it's also not quite as, like the Universe is usually really bright, whereas this is a little bit more subtle, but it is still absolutely gorgeous. And some of the colours, as soon as I put them in my shop, were kind of near enough sold out already. But yeah, still got quite a bit. So yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. So if you haven't seen that, check out my yarn video for that. It was called something like It's Finally Arrived. It's so beautiful. All is forgiven, because they had messed me about. What happened was I ordered it because these are my wholesalers I'm talking about. I ordered it from King Cole, and they said that it was out for delivery, and I never got it. So I messaged them, and then I got this message saying, please give us a call first thing in the morning. We've found your yarn. I'll explain later. So basically, they'd sent it to the wrong place. They'd given it to a shop. So my rep, who I don't ever see because I don't need one, she was sitting outside this shop waiting for them to open to see if she could get it back, because she didn't want them to think, oh, good, someone sent us too much, we'll keep it. So she was trying to get it back, but they said, we've got extra, we've got a little bit more, we'll send you your order again. So they posted it off to me again. She said, you should get it tomorrow. I didn't get it. So I messaged her. I didn't get it. Didn't get it the next day. Got it the next day, though, and it all arrived, and it was gorgeous. So apart from all that kerfuffle, you know, the yarn was gorgeous enough for me to just forget all that and say, well, let's put that. I've never had a problem with them before. In fact, they're usually very quick with their deliveries. But because this yarn is so popular, they can't put it on their website, you know, for us to buy, like shops, because it's always out of stock. As soon as they get it, it's gone, and people can't get it fast enough. So they keep it so that when you ring up, you can ask for it. So I didn't know that. I just kept checking the website because I don't have a rep really. So eventually I found this out and I got some. But they said that they're going to hopefully in March have all their stock issues sorted out and it won't happen again. But if you haven't seen it, then watch that video, because you will not believe how beautiful and gorgeous that yarn is. And I really do need to make something with it, but I don't know what to make, because it is predominantly dark. You know, if you think about this rainbow is quite dark. Doesn't look it, I know, but it is. And so is this one. It's predominantly a dark yarn. So I don't kind of know what to make with it. So, but I've only just opened the box on this yarn, and this one's just falling apart, as you can see. But it's the only one. It arrived in good condition and everything, so that was good. But I'm so happy to have got it, because every time people say, I really want that other one, this one, can you tell me when you're going to get some in? And I just think, oh, and I usually message them back saying, how many balls would you like? I say, I only want 4, so I'll put 4 in the shop for you. And then I take 4 out of my stash and give it to them. So I'm so glad that I've got this now, because I don't really want to keep, you know, using all of my stash, because I just feel mean. I did, when I first bought it, I bought enough for me and enough for the shop. So it wasn't like I was taking the shop yarn. It was actually mine. But now I keep giving mine to the shop because I didn't have any. So I'm glad I've got that, but it will take me a little while to upload it because it is a different color and I've got to do all the stuff. So I have to do all the SEO, all of the description, all of the pictures, get them all the right size and everything else. So it's quite involved. I probably will do it maybe tonight, or maybe tonight, because there's only two types that I bought. So you know, I didn't go for any of the other yarns. I spent enough on what I got. So anyway, that's my newer yarn, but the other one, the Firefly, is to die for. Seriously, you should watch that video. It's beautiful, it really is. I'm hot, guys. It is really quite hot here at the minute. I don't understand it. For the last, well, God knows how long, it seems like forever, it's been raining. And we've had a few heavy downpours, but mostly it's just that horrible, dull, dreary, every now and then it will rain, you know, and get that fine rain that just blows in your face. But it's been wet every single day. And then you get a day where the sun comes out, but then it starts raining again. And that's how it's been. But it's not cold and rainy now. It feels, I've not had the heating on all day. And I've actually been hot when I was cooking. So, and I'm sitting here, no heating on at all, door closed, usually cold in here. And I'm really hot, roasting. Weird weather we're having, I tell you, it's weird. So yeah, crazy. So anyway, how are you all? What have you been up to? Are you making anything at the minute? So as you see, this was my biggest project, my bag. My biggest, latest project, that one. I really enjoyed doing that. I did. I did do a Christmas one, but obviously I didn't get it done in time because we were away. We had 2 holidays in late November and then December, so I just didn't get it done. But I will do that one and try and get it on at some point. But yeah, don't know what to make next. I've got lots of ideas, but it's just stopping the jumble of ideas, because that's what happens with me. I get like an idea chaos, and then I have to kind of sort it all out. But yeah, just when they come, the ideas, they're just bang, 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 do this, do this. If I don't write it down, I'll forget them. So I usually have a to-do list, and sometimes I forget. I've got something on the go at the moment, a cowl, and every now and then I'll sit down, because it's a sampler, but it's a cowl or a neck warmer, whatever you want to call it. So every now and then I do a bit of it, and then I think, oh, I must finish that, and then I go and do that bag. So it's just not. I'll get it done by summer. You watch, honestly. But I need to do that, because that's made with Fairyland, and it is so pretty, that yarn. So I want to get that done. And I do have Fairyland in my shop as well, because I try and get all of the beautiful yarns, you know. So I've got a couple of furls in my shop. Not many. I've only got two furls at the moment. I used to have a supplier that did furls, but they are in Bruges, somewhere like that. And then we came out of the European Union, so not only was it quite a lot of shipping, I would then have to pay customs on every single package. But although we've come out of Europe, we have a treaty with Turkey. So if I can buy from Turkey without having to pay customs, but anywhere else I have to pay just shipping and customs, which pushes the price up. I mean, there was a time when we'd come out of Europe and I had to buy ice yarn and pay customs and shipping, but now we've got the treaty, I don't. So as long as I can buy things from Turkey, and I don't know if there's any other countries that we've negotiated this with, but I know we have Turkey, which is fabulous. Fabulous. You love my bag? You're washing dishes and listening. Well, that bag, I made it with cotton, and it's a kind of I'm doing this series of things, designer inspired. So my first one was a Mary Quant square, and it was part of my year of granny squares that I'm doing. So then I made a little pouch to keep my hooks in. So that was my Mary Quant inspired square. Then I did an Andy Warhol inspired bag, which was made of skulls. So they were like white skulls with colour around. So they weren't exactly sugar skulls, but they were kind of, I called them candy skulls because they had pretty colours. So then I put them all together and I made a bag. So I had that. So that was the Andy Warhol inspired bag. I've got a few other things in the pipeline in my head, but that one was a Prada inspired, because the Prada bag with the triangle inspired me to do this one. So yeah, that's part of the designer inspired. I'm doing several kind of series, like the year of granny squares. I'm doing stitch tutorials. Usually try and do one a week, sometimes do more. But yeah, I'm getting a bit hyperactive, I suppose. Yeah, you wouldn't think it to look at me, would you? But it's just unfortunate that my hyperactivity takes place sitting on my bottom. It doesn't actually, you know, make you lose weight or get fit or anything. It takes place all on your butt, you know, on your derriere. Oh well, at least I'm doing something. So yeah, I often think, you know, if I do a live, will I know what to say? The trouble with me is shutting me up, really, isn't it? It's like, blah, blah. I suppose it's a good thing. It'd be a bit of a boring live if I didn't speak. I brought some water in just to be healthy because, well, I say when I had my dinner, I had a flavoured Pepsi. It was a zero and it was strawberry and cream flavour. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really, really love that one. I love the cherry Pepsi Max and cherry. What else is the other one I like? Same thing, same Pepsi, not Pepsi Max though. It's just zero, and it is cream soda flavored. I like both of those and the cherry. I used to love the raspberry Pepsi Max, but I don't know. After COVID, I went off it. I had COVID twice. The first time I had COVID, I couldn't bear drinking Coke of any kind. It tasted like ditch water. It was awful. And chicken that I love. Oh, I won't tell you what that tasted like, but I could not bear it. Couldn't go anywhere near it. It was so sad because I love chicken. And I couldn't eat Brussels sprouts either and things like that. Things that I used to like, just couldn't eat them. They didn't taste right. But over time, my taste buds righted themselves. Thank goodness they did, because otherwise I just think I can't really eat anything. Don't like anything. Teresa! Woo woo! Hello, darling. How are you? Good to see you. Glad you could come. Don't forget the thummy. So you probably arrived too late to see my yarn, didn't you? I knew this would happen. I'm going to have to show it all over again. I'll show it to you in a minute. I need a drinky. It's all this yakking. All this jibber jabber. Don't want to make too big a drink, because in the past, there was a time I spilt it everywhere, all over my computer. But it wouldn't really make a difference now. Just spill it over the keyboard because the computer's off the ground. So yeah. Cheers. So Tracy, you probably saw someone else come in. Joanne Hardy, hi, welcome in. Don't forget Thummy. So yeah, you probably saw the Firefly, the King Cole Firefly, because you watch me regularly. So you saw that yarn, but I got new yarn. Now, you know that I stock this ice yarn in my shop, and although I've run out of this in the shop, I still have rainbow. I have been putting bits of this in of my own stash because people want it and I feel sorry for them. But this is rainbow colours and this is rainbow, but they've brought out a new one, and it is another rainbow, but it's not rainbow colours. It's got all the same colours as rainbow colours, but you can see it's different. So I don't know. I think it's just a quicker colour change. I'm going to have to make something with it to figure it out, but it's definitely pinker. Well, it seems it. It's not rainbow colours. It's totally similar, but not the same. You see the difference? I'm going to give it a go. So I got that, got this new rainbow and purples. This one is nothing like the lilac. That had whites in it and, well, light colours, but silver and lilac. But this is all different colour mauves. It's so shiny, it's hard to sort of show you. But those are my two new ones. There's a huge box, and I've got to put it all on. But it was a massive, massive box, but that's all I got. Oh, they gave me, I don't know if it was a freebie, but seriously, I got, unless I ordered it, maybe I did, and it might have been in my basket for a long while. I got some knitting needles, right? Serious, they're this long. 60 centimetres. Normally 30 centimetres or less is what I like to knit with. I don't like giant needle, but they're like this. What, this each? I said to Gary, can you imagine if you're knitting with those? You've got one sticking out there and one sticking out there. It's just like wide load. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. They're massive. Massive they are. Joanne, welcome to Queen of Rocks. Oh, woo woo. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, bless you. The Firefly is gorgeous, Teresa, isn't it? I know, it's beautiful. I should have brought some in to show, because not everybody here has seen it. But oh, that is so nice of you, Joanne. Thank you so much. Another member. Oh, look at that. You've got your green jacket. Thank you very much. So yeah, will take me a little while to upload all this. One day this week, I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or Friday, but I'm going to pop off to see my son. Pop out to see my son Paul and Victoria. I'm not sure which one it'll be just yet, because they're away when it's my birthday. So I'm going to go there. She said she could cook me dinner, but I'm low carb, so it might be a bit of a challenge. We'll have to talk about it. It will be a challenge, though. It's like they're doing Slimming World. That's why it's going to be a challenge. It's like that every day in this house, because I'm doing a low carb diet and Gary's doing Slimming World. So we have sometimes the same meals cooked in a different way. Like today, Gary wanted a pork chop, and they are nice from the butchers that we get them from. But we also, to me, that might not have been enough. So I got a little steak out. So we had steak and pork chop, right? So it was okay to do the steak on the dry griddle. That's fine. And the chop. And I browned them, put them in the oven. So they're fine. They're cooked fine. But when it came to the mushrooms, I fried mine, and I did fry light for Gary's. He had a jacket potato, which I can't have. So yeah, we had the same meal, but I mean, and also we had beans. I can't have them. So they were just cooked in slightly different ways, some of it. But it's kind of, you know, trying to figure it out. But tomorrow I'm going to cook him an Alfredo, because we've got some chicken left, and I used to like that, so I'm going to do that for him. You could never do low carb. I always thought that. First time I ever did it, right, was 1980 something. Kids were tiny, and I was watching breakfast TV, and they had Dr. Atkins on, talking about the Atkins plan. What was it called? The Atkins Advantage. That was the campaign that they were running at the time, and you could get a starter pack by ordering it from the TV, and in it you got one of those keto strip things to test your wee. You got motivational tapes and DVDs to explain it and everything else, motivation stuff. And then you've got a little booklet and all sorts in there. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do this. So I sent off for it, and it arrived, and straight away the motivational tapes and the DVDs went in, or videos rather. They weren't DVDs, they were VHS. It was that long ago. They just kind of went, ugh, can't bother for that. So I read the book and off I went, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. I always thought, oh, I can't do that potato. I love potato. And it was mostly what we ate, you know, occasional pastas, occasional rice, but mostly we were potato heads. So, yeah, I thought I'd never be able to do it. But it was remarkably easy. Absolutely. And once you get into it, you're not really hungry. So I cooked today this pork chop and the steak, and I could only eat the pork chop. So that I've put it in the fridge. And when Gary has Alfredo, I'm going to eat that, because it's just too much for me. And my chop wasn't that big. So yeah, you kind of lose your appetite a little bit on it, which is brilliant news. So yeah, I just all I had was mushrooms and the pork chop. That was it. That's what I ate. Must have had something else. Don't think I did. That was all that was on my plate. That's all I had, and I was full up, so didn't eat the steak. Yeah, I could easily do it now. It's so easy. When I first time I did it, like I say, it was quite easy, and then I did it again when must have been in the 90s. Yeah, my mum was living with me. She was a great saboteur. She used to try and sabotage my diet all the time, and my other half did. Not Gary, the guy I was with then. They were always trying to sabotage me. So I said, well, I'm going to cook my own food, because I didn't trust them, right? So just decided to cook my own dinners, and that was it. So then it became Christmas, And it was like, you are coming off it for Christmas, aren't you? You're going to have Christmas dinner, proper Christmas dinner. And I said, yeah, okay. But it was dished up for me, and the potatoes on my plate made me feel quite sick. The smell of them, it reminded me of earth. And I thought, that's really weird because they were my favourite thing. But it was like, don't really fancy these. But I ate them anyway because it was Christmas. And I just went straight back on it afterwards. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, obviously, you get out of that once you start eating it. It doesn't taste like earth anymore. But yeah, really good one. Just went off them. Really weird. So, Sylvia, hello, darling. You missed the yarn. I'll show it again. Don't worry. I was waiting for a few more to come in. Laurie, exciting to catch me live. Sorry you're a bit late. You're fine. You're fine. You just seen it. I did message. You did say message me, so I did. He was born and raised in Boise, Idaho. I was betraying. It'd be like you're betraying your home. Why? Because what does Boise eat then? That is so kind of anti doing that. Jeanette from snowy Nova Scotia. I'm kind of jealous of your snow. I know it's a lot. You know, you do get rather a lot of snow. I feel like you could share it a bit though, you know, because we get none here. We get rain. And Tracy and anyone else from the UK here, Sylvia, will tell you we're just about sick of that. Sick to death of the rain. It won't go away. It's just awful. Seriously, I wonder I'm not rusty by now. So the yarn then. There's not loads to show. I've bought loads, big old box, but there's not loads to show. So as you guys know, I did rainbow and I did rainbow colours. This went out of stock in my shop a long time ago, but I've been pilfering bits out of my own stash when people wanted it. So I was really hoping to get more of this, and they don't have it. But they do have this one, which looks very similar, but it isn't. It's looks like it's got you know, like there's more, the striping looks shorter, if you know what I mean, where this one looks like there's more of the colors. This one looks like there's less. So I'm going to do a little play with it and see how it does work up, if it works up differently. But this one is, although it's got similar colouring, it isn't the same, believe it or not rainbow colours. And I also got this one, which is purples, and it's hard to show because of that sheen, but look, it is beautiful. Look at that. If that was, I could just leave that there and you wouldn't have to look at my head. You just look at the gorgeous yarn instead. Maybe this one. Oh, how about that one? That's better, isn't it? There you go. Much more beautiful than my head. So, but that's all I got. And they sent me a gigantic pair, I mean, huge pair of knitting needles, 60 centimeters long each one. I only like little ones because they dig in when they're too long. The way I knit, I knit the way my mum taught me, and these are a bit long for me. They're 30. They're twice as long as this, so each one is that long. Can you believe it? Oh, mad. So yeah, when I knit, it's kind of like this. I'm holding them like this, and that goes in, my finger goes round, and my stitch comes off. So I kind of use just this part, and these are digging in my arm as we speak. But this is not so bad. 30 centimeters is a limit that I actually want to use. But 60, good God! But they sent them to me as a gift, a sample. When I looked, I had this little thing inside, and it said sample. And I thought, and the weirdest thing is, it's a sample of a company that you get in this country. So I'd probably buy, if I wanted to buy them, I'd buy them from somewhere closer, which is weird, you know. Unbelievable. Never mind. Freebie. Laurie's in Colorado, and you've hardly had any snow this winter. hubby is from Belfast, so we have all the potato dishes. I know. So Irish people do love their potatoes, but do you have cold cannon? Yeah. See, I think I must have Irish blood because I mean I was a potato head, really was. I could potatoes every day virtually, in one way or another. But yeah, I didn't think I'd be able to do low carbing because of potato. But after a while, didn't even like them. They were disgusting. Soon got out of it. Once you come off it, it's like back to being potatoes with everything. But yeah, not a knitter, but that is hilarious. I know. Yeah, got to be the short and I mean, God, like this one. What's supposed to do with that? Ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, I know you could do a nice big blanket or a top or something with a needle that big, or just use circulars. But still, where would you put them? I guess that's for people who just shove it in, do that, and do this. Shove it in. That'd be fine, you know. But the way I was taught, my mum used to be really fast. I'd be sitting there, clack, 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 clack. My dad used to say, "For goodness sake, Joan, do you have to keep click, click, click all the time?" And she'd go, "Shut up, Jeff." Yeah, I can remember it well. She's always clicky clacking. But I don't knit very often, you know. I haven't knitted for a while, really. Which I shall have to remedy, but not with those babies. No, don't think so. They are hilarious. Seriously. So what have you guys been working on? I've been very busy today. I've made 2 tutorials yesterday, and I did one today, but it was very involved because I did it, but I wanted to show all these different variations, but I didn't make the audience sit through all of the variations, just maybe a little bit of one, and then showed how it works with this and how it works with that. And so yeah, that I'm kind of doing the stitches from my youth in a way, ones that my mum taught me and that we used to use back in the day. So yeah, one of them is definitely vintage, but yeah, it's cool. You had mash and a Cornish pasty. Gary loves a Cornish pasty. See, I can't, although I used to like pastry, I can't really eat it anymore, not with the gluten allergy. I'm just full of allergies. It's really annoying. I've grown into them and I never used to have them. I was never a gluten person, but you know, back in the day I could eat anything I wanted. Back in the olden days, you know, eat everything. But now can't have hazelnuts, can't have gluten, can't use limonene. And I swear there's something else that I'm allergic to that I haven't figured out. I quite often find that, and I thought it must be something in the mayonnaise, but when I looked, it can't be. The ingredients are just so basic. Maybe that should be my next compilation, what all of those stitches. I think it will. I'm also doing the knit stitches, so that's going to be another, obviously. I'll do them. I've got 2 off already, but I've still got to do the others. So I'm kind of getting I'm getting chaotic, and it happens from time to time that I get so many ideas and so many things I want to do that I start this, I start that, I start this, I start that, and I get chaotic where I should just be, you know, methodical. But it's like that cowl that I mentioned earlier. You know, it's a sampler stitch cowl, and I did start getting it done. It's down there. I haven't touched it again, and I need to do it because, you know, the winter will be over, and who needs that in the summer? Unless, of course, you're in Australia, then you'll be fine. But it's like my bag. This was going to be a bag at Christmas. Not quite the same, but didn't materialize. But that's probably because of the holidays. So, making a vest top in Tiger Beetle. And started a granny stripe jumper in odd yarns from Advent bags. Yarny Cat, hi. Don't forget Bethany. Good to see you. So, basically, the stitch I did today would be absolutely brilliant for a scrap blanket, because you could change colour every row, it looks good. Change colour every 2 rows, looks good. So you could just use up your scraps for it and make a nice kind of blanket. So there. And I forgot to mention that in the you love my bag. You're knitting a Team USA scarf, not for the Olympics. I don't know if we get the curling medal, did we get the bronze? I don't know, I haven't seen any more. I really want to watch the skating, but I don't like the way that they're doing the coverage. It's really bad. The BBC just put on a program, and it's just really long, and they don't say this is what's in the program. You just got to fast forward and hope find something. And it, you know, if you kind of looking at all of the ones you've got recorded, and say you want to go to like Tuesday, you'd like it to tell you what's on that one on Tuesday. So you know if it's going to be the women's like skating or the men's skating or the team. But no, it just says coverage from today's, you know, Winter Olympics, and that's it. And there's sometimes there's an like a inkling of what's on in the actual thumbnail, but most of the time not. It's just really awful. I mean, I remember when I used to watch it, they used to sort of have different shows, and you would watch the curling, and then you'd have another show and you'd watch the skating, you know, and then during the Summer Olympics you'd see the gymnastics, then you'd see the track and field. But they don't do that anymore. They just mess it up. Really, really annoying. It is really hard to find what you want to watch. I know. It's so bizarre the way they're doing it. Horrible, but maybe they need telling. So yeah, one of my football teams manager got the sack today. We didn't get the medal. We're 4th. So yeah, well, at least we're there, you know, up there, which is something really. Jane messaged me, when did the UK get so good at curling? We've been practicing. We're just a nation of floor scrubbers. So yeah, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was actually saying before I got sidetracked. Oh well, maybe you can remind me if it was anything. Marty has watched more than you have. I do like sport, like watching it, not taking part. But I used to do tennis, you know, probably because the instructor was rather handsome. That might have been why I did tennis, but it was good. Got me running about. And oopsie, yarn attack. Just attacked my foot. Yeah, those were the days. And I used to go weight training, used to go to tennis, did all sorts of stuff, volleyball. Yeah, I get out of breath doing the washing up now. It's so bad. So unfit. So unfit. Yeah, I can't remember. When I saw that, it just took me out of my train of thought, and I don't know what it was. I cannot remember. It wasn't that bad. This is my chaotic brain, because there's just so much going on and around in it. Just blah. So yeah. But I've been trying to get ahead with my my filming a little, as much as I possibly can. And I've got this week more or less a bit of next, and I've got some of the following. So have I stitch tutorial, maybe square, I'm not sure. Where are we now? Wednesday. Yeah, I've got next week's square. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit ahead. I need to keep that going so that when we're on holiday, it won't affect me. What's the news on 3i Atlas? Oh, Space Cadet time. Well, it's kind of gone quiet on the 3i Atlas front. There's still lots of anomalies, and the anti-tail that was towards the sun, a lot of people are looking at it now saying it actually does look like a comet, but the metallurgy and, you know, all of the readings from it's got elements that really should not be there, like methane, you know, and things like that. It shouldn't really be part of the makeup. So it's, although it's gone quiet, things keep happening, like NASA, when they were asked about it, the CIA had classified it. So if it's nothing, why is it classified? You know, there's all these things. But I've been watching Ray's astrophotography. I really recommend him. He is brilliant. He really is. He's a lovely man, and he lives in Texas, and he's really does show some really lovely sort of astrophotography, and not just photography. He takes the pictures, but they're like video in the end, because he does, you know, and works on them so that he can show you from different kind of, you know, takes the noise out. Then you can make the stars move rather than what you're looking at, so you can just see it. So it's really clever. And then I watched Dobsonian Power, who is totally different from Ray. Ray is serious and you know, very knowledgeable and calm. And then Dobsonian Power is Tiago, and he's totally batshit. And I don't know what possessed me to say that, but he is. But then you see, he's kind of like me in a man form, you know. But he's probably like the me I used to be honest with you. But yeah, he is out there, but fun, a lot of fun. I love his live streams. So yes, I'm watching them all the time. But News Nation, Ross Coulthard, do watch him from time to time. He does have some really good interviews on, and at the moment they're looking at all of the rover footage of Mars and the moon, and there are structures that, and there are, when NASA released them, there are blurred out bits. Why are they blurred? You know, there's all these sort of anomalies and things. They're very interesting. I don't watch the ones that you kind of scroll and you'll see this just happened on 3i Atlas, you know, and it'll be something outlandish claim, like it's turned and it's coming towards Earth. Rubbish. It's just not. It's going towards, you know, Jupiter, and it's going to hit Jupiter's Hill radius in March. I think it's 19th. So that's when the next sort of big event with 3i Atlas will be. There's been a few things, like when it got to Mars, when it was near Mars, that I think it was Avi Loeb that said, you need to watch the skies on this date, because if it's dropped anything off like a probe, will be visible by then. And suddenly there was 2 objects in the sky around Mars that no one could identify. NASA said they were artifacts in the filming. They always have some kind of crazy explanation as to why you see these things. So then, of course, it did actually come quite, the closest approach to Earth was afterwards. There's loads of reports of things in the sky, loads, all the time, and all the reports of whether there are, you know, other beings living on this planet. I watch all of that. I watch all of the Congress, you know, when they go before Congress and they do the congressional hearings. Watch all of that. I'm an avid space cadet. I don't apologize for it. I love all that stuff. But there are fanciful claims. And as you scroll down, you'll see these people that say, I spoke with an alien and they warned us this is our future. And straight away I just go, hide from my channel. You know, because that's just complete bunkum, to be honest with you. You know, there are always going to be those. And, you know, Avi Loeb, as soon as he started getting interviewed by all and sundry, Fox News, everybody was interviewing him. You know, Dobsonian Power was interviewing him. Everybody was interviewing him. Suddenly, fake Avi Loeb channels started coming. If you see the one that's called Professor Avi Loeb, that's him. If there's one called Dr. Avi Loeb, it's not him. You know, there's just all these fake Avis out there. And every time I see one, I do report them, but they don't get shut down quickly. And it's not right, because some of the claims the fake ones make him look like he's saying that it is definitely alien. When he's not saying that. He's saying it is probably natural, but there are all these anomalies that need looking into. That's what he's saying. He's not said anything outrageous. But all the fake ones, who puts up the fake channels that say all this rubbish? Misinformation, or just people trying to make money. It's AI generated. Some of them don't even really look like him. They're quite bad. But yeah, I do watch it. I do keep up as much as I can. A lot of Professor Avi Loeb's papers and videos, they get a little technical and I lose myself. You know, I can follow quite a bit, and then all of a sudden I'm gone, and it's like, it's now gone too technical. And I think he hasn't learned how to talk to dummies. You know, he needs to learn how to pitch, because he's only just started this channel, got about 17,000 subscribers or more, but he needs to pitch it to a lower intelligence than he does. Most of it's fine, and then he starts getting very technical, and I'm gone. It's like, so, well, you've lost me now. You've lost me. You keep growing curious. We'll check out Ray's. It's astrophotography. Ray's astro. What I'll do is, when this goes to the replay, you know, I'll put a link to both of those channels, because, and I'm members of both of them. They are both. Tiago's lives you'll love is a total space cadet, and he does his members ones, and I don't know how he does it, because maybe he doesn't use AdSense, I don't know, but when he does a members live, he asks for, I think he gets 10 people to give him music requests. So if you get in early, I can never get in early, and you just say, oh, can you play Metallica, Turn the Page? Then during his stream, he'll do a bit of talking, and then he'll play a song, and everyone will be talking and listening to the song, and then it's like a DJ Tiago on the night. But of course, it's a real eclectic bunch of people that watch him, so you get a real cross section of music, from Supertramp to, you know, rock. Yeah, it's good, and some kind of funky stuff, and yeah, I enjoy it. I really enjoy watching his streams, and he always, as well, if he finds something interesting, like the News Nation, a little while ago, we're looking at the photographs of the moon and photographs of they just touch on a little bit of Mars, but it was mostly the moon, and he showed that on his, and he was using it for discussion, which is really cool. And yeah, so when I do put all the notes in, once this has gone to replay, I will put Ray's astrophotography and Dobsonian power, and you never know, I might see you there if you go into any of the live streams or anything. But Tiago's funny, and he's got a voice change. I'm so jealous, It's like, if he presses a button, he can go, "It's a freaking spaceship," and it's just brilliant. I wish I had a voice changer. He has all the gizmos. It's so cool. Gizmos, that's what you need. Hi, Karen. Doing ads and back. Well, hey. You enjoy a lot of that as well. See, we are kindred spirits, you and I. Kindred spirits. You've lost your channel 3 years. Just had 860 subs. I should start talking about space. Oh, sorry. Not lost. You've had your channel 3 years. Wow. Are you doing SEO? Are you doing all the behind the scenes bit with your channel? Because, you know, that does help a little bit. You think your husband will enjoy these channels? They are cool. They really are. Yeah, I will do. I'll include the links, both of them. They are fantastic. I might even put News Nation, but that's I mean, there is another one, and he's the guy who did went out to was it Mexico? No, Mexico. No, what's the other place? Brazil. and did a thing about Virginia. You know what the Virginia thing is. That there was 3 girls, and they were on their way home from work. They're quite young. Some were younger than others, and they found a being cowering by a brick wall, a low brick wall, just cowering. They found this little being, and when they thought it was a statue at first because it was so still. Then it moved and it looked at them, and they had sort of telepathic thoughts. It was like, someone's chasing me. I'm hiding, that sort of thing. Anyway, they ran, and so but there were several other people that saw this, and then there was military that came in, and there was 3 of these beings apparently in this crash. And one of them was caught in a net, and all of them were taken to one of them was taken to a hospital, but all of them were taken and then handed over to the US military. So they had the police and the military hand them over to the US military. When one was in the hospital, they had a neurosurgeon treat it. Is that the right word? They had 2 doctors at various times, one of which died young. One of the police officers that apprehended the one that the girl saw, I think, he had a cut, and they have a distinctive smell. A lot of people say that when they've seen aliens, they have this smell, and it's like ammonia and sulfur, the 2 most acrid, horrible smells you can imagine, mingled. And his skin was kind of covered in this gooey sort of stuff that stank. And if you cast your mind back to Independence Day, when they were dissecting that thing, and he said he's one smelly individual. So Hollywood gets hold of these things and uses them. So anyway, some of this got in his cut. He had an infection that was completely unknown to man and died very young, but he just got this in his cut. Anyway, apparently there were 2 of them alive, I think. One didn't last very long. And the neurosurgeon was silent for very many years. And then one of the other doctor that had treated the alien died. Heart attack, I think. And he died of some reason. I can't remember what he died of, but this neurosurgeon had a heart attack. And as he was laying there, he thought, I could die, and what I know is going to go to the grave with me, because he never spoke of it. And he thought, if I survive this, I'm going to come out with it. So they had this whole press conference, and they tried to get the girls over, but they wouldn't allow them visas, so they did it via video link. But they had all of the people that had been in this story, every link in the story, and interviewed them. But there was one, I think he was a member of the police or military, and he's been in hiding ever since, living alone in this remote area. And one of the police gave him up, basically. So they turned up to interview him, and he said, if you don't get off my property, I'm going to shoot you. So he wouldn't be interviewed. But he had the most kind of compelling story, but they can't get it because he's just too scared. Because obviously at the time, they were all forced to keep quiet and under threat of death. So, and Man in Black turned up big time. So, yeah, watch that. That was on a little while ago, and that was on... I'm just trying to think of the name of the channel. But I will link them all. I might even link the Virginia press conference instead of the channel, so that if you want to see it, it is absolutely amazing. If I'm not crocheting and I'm not watching some show, then that's what I'm doing. I am, but the fanciful stuff, like, Three Eye Atlas has just has just landed in Brixton. I ain't gonna watch that, obviously, but serious stuff or things that are a story that people are willing to come out and talk about, and you're left thinking about it, I'll watch those. Hi Dodo Dixon, welcome in. Don't forget the funny TV show. Yeah, but yeah, it's not TV, it's on YouTube, all of that. But yeah, I do kind of love all that, you know, Looney Tunes Space Cadet thing. And you know, there are footage, there are videos of footage of the Tic Tacs, you know, that the military have been trying to intercept and not be able to, and they just fly off. You know, they did show all that in the in Congress, but I showed one to Gary the other day because, you know, he never watches, or I never talked to him about it, and I just said to him, "Here, look at this," and he was like, "It's probably fake." I went, "No, it's military. It's from the plane. It's military. It's, you know, legitimate that." But, you know, I just didn't want him to think I was a complete space cadet, that there was some evidence there to view, you know. Anyway, I see someone else has come in. I know, it is very interesting, isn't it? It's got me gripped. But Ray's Astrophotography is a nice, gentle channel, and he does a lot of the looking at the sun and looking at the fact that magnetic poles are shifting. So basically, the sun has been having, in the month of, like, from January to now, massive geomagnetic storms, massive explosions and storms, and letting out loads and loads of flares. And every time that happens here on Earth, we get weather like extreme. So places have extreme snow, you might get an earthquake here, you might get real bad storm there. Luckily, the magnetosphere around the Earth is holding this back, and it's not so bad. So Ray will take you to all those places where you can see that, show you the sites, you know, like you get weather chat. You can go on and go to a weather site and you can see what's happening in the weather. You can go and see what's happening with the sun. And he takes you to those places and shows you the figures, so you know that even though there are all these magnetic storms, the magnetosphere is keeping them back, and it's not going to become a Carrington event like and kill us all. So you can see, you know, they keep a watch on it all the time with these you know, these activities of the sun. When they're high, you get to see the aurora. Well, not if you've got rain clouds, sorry. But if it wasn't for the rain, we would have seen the aurora, because there have been lots and lots of explosions, flaring, geomagnetic storms in that sun. So that's another thing he shows. He shows the sun. Yeah, it's really cool. You'll enjoy it. I will put them in there. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, got a twitchy eye. I hate that. You know when it goes and it just gets you. Oh, I think I am getting dry. My eyes are getting dry. And I don't know if it's dietary, because I'm doing low carb. It makes you have a dry mouth. So the chances are perhaps it does give you dry eyes. I don't know, but it's just annoying. I need to get my drops out. Years ago, the River Thames used to freeze and they had markets on it. I think it's just a natural cycle. Yeah, there is. Obviously, they do. I think it's a 10-year cycle of the sun. 10 years or 15? Can't remember now. But there is a cycle to it, and we're in an active phase of the sun. So that's why we're getting so much activity. And, you know, that's probably why we've got so much rain. It's so annoying. But I hope we're not going to get one of those non-existent summers. You know, sometimes when we have a wet kind of period like this, and in wet spring, we just get a non-existent summer. But, you know, I like those ones that are dry all the way through. I don't care about the hosepipe ban. I just want to get some nice warm weather. So fed up with rain. It's just awful and depressing. And our road is just getting destroyed every day because it's a dirt road. So you can imagine it's just a mud pie. 4 days of summer. That's about it, isn't it? That's what we're going to get. If you are at the edge of the aurora viewing, you might not see with your eyes, but if you take a picture with your phone, yeah, I did that last time when we had them. You can, to be honest, if you stand, the problem I had, as soon as I go outside, the security light comes on, so I have to wait until that goes off, and then you just sort of stare at the sky, and I could see the sky, although it was dark, had a red dark. You know, there was a definite colour to the sky. So you get your phone and you put it up, and it is like shocking pink and green. But with the naked eye, you could just about make out that there was colours in the black sky. But you couldn't, they weren't vivid. But with the phone picking it up, it was vivid. But yeah, we had that the last time we had all those wonderful auroras. But I would quite like to go and see them, you know, in Norway or somewhere. We're going to, maybe one of our cruises is going to be that. Most of the time when we go on a cruise or when we do that, we go winter. So a lot of them are, we had one in the summer, which was laughable because it turned out with all the activity of the sun, you know, we had unusual storms. So we had one day of real hot sunshine in Lanzarote. We went to Gran Canaria and it was overcast. It was still warm, but it was overcast. And then we went to Madeira for 2 days. And it rained constantly because the sun had this like geomagnetic storm. And that was December. So it's been going on for quite some time that we've been having these, you know, these flares and the storms in the sun. So, but yeah, it caused us to have unusual. Everyone's going, we never get this kind of weather at this time of year. It's like, no, but now we're here, you know. It was a bit of a nightmare, but we had a good time no matter what. So, but we did have one lovely day when we went to the Fire Mountain. It was all lovely and hot and sunny, so that was good. But the rest of the days it was fine. We still had a good time, and we saw some spectacular rainbows. But yeah. So then we've done Christmas. We've done Christmas markets. So they've always tend to be, the one that was meant to be hot was not really. It was a bit of a washout, but never mind. So we've got spring. We're going to Scandinavia. So we're going to be in spring in Scandinavia. I don't know what the temperature will be like, but it probably won't be warm. And then the next holiday we've got more Christmas markets, although we do have an holiday in England. We'll be going to Cornwall. We're going to go to Tintagel for 2 days, and then we're going to go and see Gary's son, who lives in near St Austell, but in a place called Parr. So yeah, we're going to go there. So we'll have a couple of days in Tintagel, see the king, you know, the knight, that's statue, and the castle. And I want to get a little boat, because if you go to Padstow, you can get a boat to Puffin Island. And I used to really want to see Puffin Island, but now you can't set foot on it. You used to be able to, but now they don't let you land on Puffin Island. They just let you go around it and see the puffins and all the other birds that nest there, but they don't actually let you go on it anymore, which is sad, because I could have done back in, I think, the 90s and 80s when I wanted to do it. But never mind, we might do that, but we probably have got time, to be honest. But there's going to be a lot of things around there, because we've never been to that part around was it Saint or Port William. We're going, and Tintagel, and if we head down to Padstow, we can go and Puffin Island. But then we'll go head south. Oops, I've shut my chat. Where is it? We head south to where Jamie lives. And when I was looking to see all the trips you could go on, it was quite funny, really, because it said, oh, come and see the Poldark trip. So they had a trip around Poldark, all of the areas that were filmed Poldark, £900. And we went, just drove there, and because Jamie lives there, it's a place called it's Charlestown, and that's where the ships are. They're not a dry dock, but they're in a wet dock, you know, and you can walk all the way around, to 3 sides of it. And on all of the old buildings along that kind of dock are real thick stone walls like this. That's where the rum shack was that Gary fell in love with. And all of that area is where they filmed Poldark. In fact, they still had the Poldark filming area a little bit cordoned off, and you could see the camera. So £900 when you can just see it for free. That's mad. But they would take you to maybe a church and a few other places. You can drive to them. You know, why would you? They really con people, that sort of thing. Did cruise in Norway summer, saw midnight sun in summer. Prior to current cruise, it was delivery boat up and down the coast. Well, the one that we're going on is, although I think we're going to Denmark and Sweden in the Scandinavian one. Denmark and Sweden. It might be one other area that I've forgotten. But I want to do the Norway. There's 2. One was sort of a Northern Lights based one. So you spend 2 nights in this, I can't remember the name of the place, but this certain place. So you're there for the night. So you will see, or hopefully you will see. And then the other one, you go down the fjords, and it takes you down some of this spectacular scenery. And I said, why can't they do this? You're in the same place. Why can't they combine the 2? You know, and then I managed to find one that did the best of both of those. But the ones we found were for 2026. But if we were looking, we'd be looking for 2027 or 2028, because we certainly don't want any more trips this year. You know, it's sort of a bit further off what we would be looking. We wouldn't be wanting them. So these were ones they were trying to, I guess, tempt us to go in for, with money off of this, money off of that, because they want to sort of fill the cabins. But when we last went on our little cruise, we booked not the one where we went to, we didn't actually dock in Lisbon either because of the bad weather. They had a storm. So it was because of all the storms. But not that particular cruise, because that was with P&O, but we usually go with a different company. And when you're on that ship, if you book a cruise with them while you're there, you get 25% off. So that's why we booked the Christmas one. So when we go with them for the spring one, we'll have a look, see what's what they've got on offer, and have a look then. Other than that, it's sitting in a travel agent, which is soul destroying. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Don't forget the thumbie. How long have I been babbling for? Can anybody tell me? I don't know. It used to say how long you've been on. I can't see that anymore. But yeah, I don't fly anymore. I've decided that's it. Flying and me don't ever meet again. I mean, I did Vegas twice. I'd love to go back, but it's not likely because I can't get a cruise. I think you can, but I'm not doing a fly cruise because I don't want to fly ever again. You know, made it this far. Gonna stay on the ground now. Not even going into space. You always do a thumb before you announce yourself. That's cool. How are you? Good, I hope. So yeah, I've been showing new yarn. So the other day I got the Firefly, which is amazing. But today I got this. So it was very difficult to get hold of any more of this. And people keep wanting it. and so I have to keep taking it out of my own personal stash, put in a little bit in the shop for them. But I managed to get this one, which is, they look much smaller, don't they? I think it's just that this has been spread out more, or this is tight, wound more tightly, this donut. But they're same colours, just arranged in a different way. Like this one's got a more buttery yellow than that, and almost a buttery orangey yellow. And I think the colour changes are quicker, although I won't know until I actually work with one. But I'm so happy to have got that. And this purples. Oh, I love it. I really do. This is beautiful. I kind of wish I'd got more of this one when I had the opportunity. But I got what I got. That's it. The rest is all the other one. So I shall pop that on. But I've already done all the firefly. Some of them are almost out of stock. It's just been so popular. Just finished a live yourself. Was going to turn off the PC, but saw that I was live and had to put in running because I've been a while since I caught you. It's been a while since I've done one, to be fair. I think the last one was an in-betweenness. I'm not sure if I've done it since. So you got your order today. Firefly Violet Dropwing. I was Dropwing. I know. It is so soft and so beautiful, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. It is really, really, really lovely. So thanks, Crafty Moo. Don't forget the thumbie if you haven't done it already. Would be good for you to catch up. I did try to keep it short. Oh, I thought you was someone else talking. It's not you. But yeah, got to upload all that maybe tonight. I've got to go out one day, but I've got my videos done, so that's cool. So yeah, Lisa, did you see my bag? I've been showing it to everybody. I'm not sure if you see it pop up, but I did a cotton bag, and it's like the Prada bag, but not a triangle. It's got a heart. So yeah, that's my bag. I loved doing this. It's so good. And it's a Prada inspired bag. So I really like that. Yeah, the Prada. Although it's not. It's a Stubbsy instead. A knockoff. No, not knockoff. It's the wrong word. An homage. An homage to Prada. Cheers, guys. I shall toast you with my water. No tea for me today. My tea maker was in the bath. He probably isn't now. Don't even know what time it is. So does anybody see how long I've been on? Probably over an hour, I would say. Maybe. I don't know what time it started. Oh, I will tell you by the first... no, I can't tell you by the first chat because it doesn't give it a timestamp. Never mind. 93 minutes. Boy, can I jabber. When I was a child, they used to say to me, can't you shut up for 5 minutes? Just please, just for 5 minutes. I'll give you a fiver. Well, probably used to give me 50p or something. I don't know. But yeah, see if you can do it. Just for 10 minutes, I'll pay you. I used to talk a lot, apparently. I couldn't see it myself. No, I had this problem, and I had it for many years, that I couldn't bear a silence. You know, if you're talking to somebody, I couldn't bear there to be silences in the conversation. I felt like it was failing somehow. And so I would plug every silence. And I'd got a bit of a rep for being a jormided, you know, a bit of a chatterbox. And I thought I got out of it. I really did. And then when I met Gary, his mum used to say, don't you talk a lot? And I used to think, oh, I thought we were having a conversation. But she said it so much about me talking a lot that I lost the ability to talk to her. So I'd be in the house and she'd say, you all right? And I'd be going, yeah, I'm fine. You're quiet. Am I? And I just couldn't babble to her anymore. She made me too conscious of it. And Obviously, we'd have conversations. We'd get into conversations, but I couldn't just go in there and have the verbal diarrhea like I used to and just yucky and be myself. I couldn't do it because she'd put me on edge by saying it far too much. So it sent me the other way, and I got really, really quiet and distant, if you like, but not distant, but I just couldn't relax. I was always thinking that, am I talking too much? So I just stopped being able to. But yeah, when I was a kid, no silence was safe. There was no safe silences. They were all filled up by me. Blimey, can I really talk that long? Well, I better get off, otherwise I'm not going to spend any time with Gary. Because he's working tomorrow, so he won't be up for much longer. And he wanted a little bit of time to play his Lara Croft. So, yeah, he's been running around, a woman with big boobies, just running around, doing stuff. So, yeah, he had his bath, and now I bet he's in there tomb raiding. But, we're going to watch a trigger point or something, so I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for coming in and spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. I will, once it won't be there straight away, but once it goes to the replay and everything else, I will put those links that I promised you to all those things and all those channels that I absolutely adore. They're all spacey and space cadets, just like me. So, yeah, have a lovely evening, you guys, too. All right, then. Take care. Bye for now. Oh, I've don't know where my mouse has gone. Oh, there it is. Underneath piles of yarn. Found it. So, yeah, it takes a while to shut down.